Previously, on Rise of the Runelords. After racing to the White Deer Inn to alert the group to possible shady activities involving the owner of the Goblin Squash stables, Grelda led the group to the sawmill where Sinishi was waiting patiently. Upon sneaky investigation, Tarnan visually verified that yes, proverbial boots were indeed being knocked. Leaving the two consenting adults to their consensual adulting, the group retired back to the Rusty Dragon, where Icky lost yet another drinking game, and everyone took a well-deserved rest for the evening. After waking the next morning, having breakfast, and making a young server sweat, the group was approached by none other than Sheriff Hemlock, asking them to accompany him to the very sawmill they surveyed the night before, which was reportedly now the site of two grisly murders. Returning to the mill to investigate, the party quickly realized the full extent of the carnage inside the mill. Devon Hosk, old friend of Grelda, new friend of Sinishi, lover of horses, and hater of goblins, had been brutally murdered and hung on the wall with an all too familiar seven-pointed star carved into his chest. Katrine Vinder's quick but brutal death via water-powered saw blade made it obvious that she was not the target of the killer, but just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. The group noted a particularly foul smell at certain places around the crime scene, one that was above and beyond what was normal for the average dead body. The creepiness of the entire scene stirred Icky's memories of a Magnamarian nobleman that they had saved during the goblin raid, Aldern Foxglove, and the uneasy feeling that he had left Icky with after heaping praise and adoration on the drunken avian monk. Trusting Icky's gut, the group decided to look towards Foxglove Manor, several miles southwest of the town, to continue their investigation. Today, the adventure continues.
Yeah!
Alright.
Business time.
So, Grelda opened the door. Business time. This library features two chairs, one of which lies on its side before a stone fireplace. A scarf, its red and gold contrasting with the drab palette of the room, is draped over the side of the fallen chair. A book sits face down on the floor between the chairs. A stone bookend, carved to look like a praying angel with butterfly wings, lies on its side in the fireplace itself. But is it a bookend?
I would like to investigate the bookend to verify that it is indeed a bookend.
A bookend.
Also, it appears that there's been a Gryffindor here. Grelda continues into the room, heedless. I mean, not completely heedless. She looks at the room as she enters it, like she doesn't just, like, stomp around blindly.
Alright.
Nate, Jill, Sean has allowed us to start moving our own characters if you wish.
If you would like. Otherwise, we can just keep going forward with the one to signify the group, but I did give everybody control over their own characters. Alright, so anything... Who is going into the room? Who's not going into the room? What are y'all doing in the room?
Nothing else.
Yeah, it's kind of cautiously following Grelda at this point, kind of watching her back, but looking around the room at the same time.
Yeah, does Grelda notice anything else in the room?
Give me a perception check.
I will also proceed.
Okay.
17.
We'll go first.
So as Grelda walks into the room, as you look at the overturned chair, you see a splash of dried bloodstains on the back of the chair that's flipped over. And as you kind of peer into the fireplace at the what may or may not be a bookend, you see that there's more blood, clots of hair, and bits of bone on the bookend itself. In addition, one of the wings seems to have been broken off.
I'm trying, because she would not fish in.
I'm sorry.
No, what's up?
I just said, but it is a bookend.
It is, in fact, a bookend.
Yeah, sorry, I was just being stupid. Carry on.
I'm just looking to see what equipment I have. Because she would not use Sasha to fish into a fireplace. I have a javelin.
Does the blood? How old does it look? I mean, it's dry. It looks like it's been here for a while. It's not. It's a stain and not just a damp spot anymore.
No, it is a dried. Like it's a stain. It's been dried for a bit. Like it's definitely not brand new.
Would you say it's 20 years old, like most of the rest of the carnage we've seen?
Give me a medicine check.
Oh God.
And where is Sinishi?
Okay, where is Sinishi? Really?
I believe she's underneath Icky.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, there she is. Okay.
I think I may have moved myself out.
All right, then actually, Grelda, you would be over here because that's by the fireplace.
Okay.
All right, then I'm going to have you roll a medicine check.
13.
13. You wouldn't think it's 20 years old.
Okay.
It seems to be newer than that.
She uses her javelin to sort of like, kind of drag it out.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell that it is not fresh, but from what you've seen on dried blood and dead bodies in your life, you would know that this also isn't 20, 40, 60 years old, anything like that. And then, as you're fishing that out, Sinishi, I need you... So, as everybody walks in, Sinishi, you look down, and this the red scarf seems to catch your attention for a second. And as you look at it, you see the scarf begin to, like, the end of it twitches a little bit. And then you see the entire scarf begin to move on the floor like a snake. And lightning fast, it shoots up at your throat and wraps around. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
And saving throws 15.
15?
Yep.
Okay. As it wraps around your throat, you look up, and just on the other side of Grelda, you see a man, and it is actually somebody you have seen before. It takes you a second, but you actually see what looks like Aldern Foxglove standing there, holding the bookend in his hand, and then he looks at you, and for a split second, you feel like you can't move, but then it passes very quickly, and your aggression comes up, and I need you to make a Constitution save for me.
Oh. 24.
24? Oh, so, as you see Aldern and this sense of not being able to move kind of washes off of you, you rip at the scarf, and it takes a second, but you're able to rip it off of your throat and throw it on the ground, and it kind of settles back where it was, but you can still feel like the tightness around your throat. And everybody else in the room, you saw Sinishi, like, move. You saw her arms move, but nobody else saw the scarf. Sinishi's the only one who saw this move and felt it. And that's when Grelda finishes fishing the bookend out and picks it up and looks at it and is able to discern that the blood is, in fact, not brand new or 20 years old. This all kind of happens at once.
Okay, so if you're saying I saw Sinishi do this,
you saw her reach up and like go like that, but you didn't. There was nothing there. It was just her arm moving.
I look at her and say, "You good?" Are
No.
you good as usual?
I explained what just happened. In detail, as it was explained. To
Okay.
Me.
I didn't see any of that. Icky?
No.
It happened. There's the scarf.
Okay. I'm not
And the
saying
scarf,
you
the scarf is there. Everybody can see the scarf.
But as far as we're concerned, it hasn't moved.
Exactly. Yes. And nobody else caught a sight of Aldern standing there briefly.
Holding the thing that I'm now holding?
Yes.
Yeah,
Can you tell me what... Oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Nate.
So, Sinisha, I think you're just like... I understand this place is kind of creepy. You know, it feels a little stifling, but...
Mm-mm. No.
Okay.
No.
Look, Geisen saw something in the other room. You saw that. This place is weird. Remember when we were underneath the city the first time? We all kind of saw things at different times. I don't know how to explain it. But if you're good right now, I say we move on, try to find out if there's anybody living in this place and try to solve the murder. And
So-
afterwards, I would happily burn it to the ground again.
Accessories aren't supposed to try to kill you. You take off the whip that I'm wearing as a belt and, store it like you would normally store an extra weapon.
Okay.
Can you describe the bookend to me?
Yes, it is it's made of stone. It looks like an angel kneeling and praying, but there are butterfly wings coming out of its back, and one of the two butterfly wings is broken off almost to the base, and it is still in the fire.
This. Wait, it can't still be in the fire because it's in my hands.
No,
Oh,
the
yeah.
broken wing.
Yeah. This doesn't, to me, sound like anything that we saw while we were underground. Like, we saw a lot of statues, but I don't remember butterfly-winged angel people.
No.
Okay. I just throw it back into the fireplace and continue towards the door.
He was holding that.
That was a murder weapon.
Why did I see... To prove murders, isn't it normally good to have the weapon? Shouldn't we keep that with us?
Girl opens the door.
I don't think that's the weapon that we're looking for. I mean, that's for something that happened here, as far as I can tell.
All right, so as you guys are talking, Grelda throws open the door.
You might get the point. If you want to take it, take it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and pick it up.
All right.
Take it.
It's probably a good 5 pounds. Like, it's pretty solid. So as that's happening, you're picking it up out of the fireplace. Grelda throws open the door and sees a cozy-looking drawing room, but it is marred by an unnatural dampness and the thick sheets of mold that cling to the curtains closed over the southern window. Uh-oh. Where'd Tammy go?
Yeah, we might have lost Tammy.
Tammy!
But does she know we lost her?
Tammy?
Yeah. Tommy. Oh, there's Tammy.
Oh, am I back?
There
Okay.
you go. All right.
Hey.
Yay!
All of you froze completely as soon as I walked through the door, which I think is a sign, and probably not great. I can't see the map, though. It's just a black screen, so you might have to describe things to me. Oh, wait. No, there it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, try moving it around. Because you can only see what your
Okay.
character sees, so if your map gets moved. Alright.
Okay, so I don't know what's in the room because I missed you describing
Oh,
it.
okay. The cozy-looking drawing room is marred by the unnatural dampness and the thick sheets of mold that cling to the curtains closed over the southern window.
What is the sticks that I'm facing? Directly to the west of me?
That would be a broken end table.
Oh,
The remnants
interesting.
of what would be a broken end table.
All right, I just continue towards the door.
All right, what is anybody else doing?
Icky takes a step into the room and would like to just kind of survey the room, particularly see if he can discern anything about the moistness.
Moist. All right, give me a perception check.
Fucking god damn it.
It's a great roll, wasn't it?
I think that means you rolled a 20.
4.
4?
4.
Yeah,
All right.
roll a 2.
You don't notice, as far as you know, abandoned houses, like, they get damp.
Icky continues to be a dumb bird. I get it.
There is mold, there is dampness, especially on the windows, but...
All right, I'm going to check out the curtains.
Try
You
as
check out the curtains, open them up. I see out the window.
bird.
Alright, so as soon as Tarnin, like, you can tell it's old, like, it gives you that, the smell that comes off of it when you touch them, it's just that old, been in a basement for 15 years kind of smell. You push open the windows, and you get a brief glimpse. Like, in the window, you can see out of it, like, into the Forgotten Gulf, the Forgotten Coast is what it's called, and you see the water. But you see a faint reflection of a forlorn woman. You can see she has long, dark hair, and she just has a very, like, sad, distant look on her face, and you can see it as though it were your reflection for a split second, and then it goes away. And you're the only person that sees this.
So I just saw a reflection of a woman, not one of ours, in the window. Just letting you guys know that I'm seeing shit now too.
Yay!
Lovely.
Alright, so...
I don't like this type of
Girl,
stuff.
yeah, me either, Shinichi, but we need to clear this out as quickly as possible. Girl, if you'd open the door, please. I think you muted yourself.
I did mute myself. I
There
do
we go.
so. I opened the door, yes.
Okay.
Yupa?
A whole new room?
No. This, what?
I'm just kidding.
A whole new...
Do I need to roll to know if it's a room I've seen before?
No.
I see a door, so I move towards it.
Alright. And everybody else, Grelda is continuing to the northwest.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody wants to...
Following.
Girl, before you go there, I'm gonna open up this other closet-looking thing.
Yeah, I was gonna grow the weight. Icky apparently draws a line.
Go up to the...
No, I got it. I just misclicked.
Alright. Alright, so you're opening that door?
Yep. It's a small room. What's the worst thing that could happen?
I assume you.
That is actually a set of stairs that goes upwards.
Down.
That one goes up.
Oh, does it?
Yes, it does.
I stick by my plan. I say we clear out the rest of this first floor.
All right, let's check the door on the other side.
I follow behind Grova.
Icky opens this door, the one that's in front of him.
Okay.
Are you having trouble, Sinishi?
Yes! I'm having huge issues.
There you go. We rescued you.
For some reason, I had control of Kaisen.
Oh, okay. This is actually a door, or a stairwell that goes downwards.
Ah. Well, let's come back to this one later then, shall we?
We shall.
So Icky continues following Grelda in her,
In her door opening sprees?
yes,
Shinichi.
her grim trance.
Yeah, I kind of liked it better when Sinishi was politely opening doors. That was entertaining. Grelda is not feeling polite, but she's also just, grim. That's a good way of putting it.
All right, there is another door. It opens to a long hallway. There is another door directly opposite you, and then there are 2 doors further down.
She's just gonna follow doors she sees, so she's gonna continue moving forward.
All right. Is anybody else doing anything before I open this? Just see.
Icky's gonna come into there.
I'll wait for the door to be open.
All right.
As I suspected, it was the piano the whole time.
This oak-paneled chamber might have once been breathtaking, but is a sad sight now. The floorboards are warped with moisture, and the paneling scratched and spotted with mold. A grand piano, its surface splotchy and keys warped, leans tiredly in the southeast corner.
I see a fireplace. Do I see anything else, like, in the fireplace or anything? I see a door.
What's up?
You might
What's up, Nate?
You might need to rescue Sunichi again.
No, I might just be unrescuable.
Okay, I'm sorry. Tammy, give me a perception check.
Yes, sir. Let me make sure I'm using a big enough die.
I want to perceive.
Ooh, 19.
What was that, Bill?
I want to perceive.
Okay, you can perceive as well.
We'll go with hers again.
Yeah, I percept the shit out of this room.
You don't notice anything in the fireplace. It's obvious that it had been used at one point, but there is nothing in it now. There is just the grand piano, and then a door to the east.
I head towards that door.
I am.
Yeah, Jill seems to not be seeing what Sunichi sees.
Yeah, I basically have just like big blackness.
Hold on a moment. Let me check something.
Like when I moved Tarnin, I was able to see what he saw, but I.
Advanced eyesight.
Ooh.
Is that better?
Yes.
There you go.
Yay.
All right, so if nobody's going to do anything else, I will open this door.
Open the door.
Open that door.
Okay, yeah, I just rewatched Community, so.
All right, this is a simple washroom. An ancient metal wash tub stands to the north, a ring of mildew crusting on its inner surface, and a strange furtive scratching comes from inside.
In the sink?
In
or
the
in
tub.
the drain? In the what?
In the bathtub.
Oh, it's a bathtub.
Yes.
Well, I look to see what's doing this furtive scratchings. Oh dear, that's adorable.
Where'd it go? You see what is a horrible and pitiful sight. It is a small rat, but it is hairless, blind, tumor-ridden, and as soon as it sees you, it just begins shrieking in a frenzy and trying to claw its way, trying to climb out of the tub at you.
I thought it was blind.
It smells. As soon as it senses you, forgive my speaking. As soon as it senses you in the room, it begins furtively trying to claw its way out of the tub.
I attempt to put it out of its misery. Although I feel like winning a great act at it is probably overkill.
Give me an attack roll then.
Can't you talk to these sorts of things, Grelda?
Squeak.
Squeak, squeaker, mix squeaking.
I pause. I really, really want to kill it, but he had a point, so I do cast Speak to Animals. Like, Sasha is like mid-raise, and I'm like, ugh. I put her down. I do the thing.
All right. So as you cast the spell and you look down at it, it is just like it's just clawing, and it just all you hear is feed, eat, food, and that's just like that, just repeating in a cycle as it tries to claw to you.
Grelda gets a very grumpy and like frustrated look on her face. She takes out another muffin, but instead of giving it the entire muffin, because it's a very good muffin that we got at breakfast this morning, and the kid tried real hard.
Hold on. Last time you tried to feed something, a whole shit of attack. So maybe don't feed the animals.
Yeah.
No offense, Vicky.
None taken.
No.
In these
Can I take offense
circumstances,
to this?
yeah, none taken in these circumstances.
So Geralda goes, whatever, and then like puts the muffin away and picks up Sasha and goes to put it out of its misery.
Give me an attack roll with advantage.
With advantage. Okay, that means I need a second one. Here we go.
Grelda, what did it say? What did it say, Grelda?
Geralda ignores you.
Fair.
So I rolled a natural 18, which gets a +8 on it. I think I hit.
Give me damage.
Oh, damage. Okay. I didn't realize you were just assuming I would hit. I'm not raging at this rat, for the record.
Good.
No, you have advantage because it's tiny in a tub and not really moving.
15, sir.
15?
15.
Okay, so like it's kind of just at the angle. You just kind of bring Sasha up and like almost one hand down just because it's just at the angle, and you end up cutting it into a splatter of just disgusting brackish blackish blood squirts and just sprays on the rest of the tub, and you actually dent it a bit as you pull back your axe, and you can see just the remains of some gore on Sasha.
Would you say the smell is reminiscent of the smell that we know from the murder scene, or?
I would say this smell is reminiscent of the crows outside.
Okay.
So like a very subtle version of that.
So at this point, I acknowledge Icky and I say it was hungry, and then I move towards the door.
So at this point, Icky is like this whole Grelda thing has gone on long enough with Icky. So Icky like grabs her by the shoulders like, Grelda, what's wrong?
She lost a very dear friend.
Yeah, Grelda shakes him off really roughly, like not politely at all, and just continues to the doorway.
Do we need a drink? Can we have a drink?
Grelda says, she doesn't say anything, she shakes her head no, which she never would have done before. Like, very out of character.
Oh, shit's going down.
Icky. Okay, Icky shuts up and just goes back to following her.
We continue our grim death march through dead rat land.
Alright, it leads back out into that hallway.
Oh look, I found another door. I'm just gonna keep going.
Open it.
That is... Alright. This dusty lounge features a long couch caked with white sheets of wispy fungus. Eddies of dust skitter along the warped floorboards as if caught up by a slight breeze, yet no wind is noticeable in the air.
Alright. I percepted the room again, because I'm doing that in every room, apparently.
Perceptible.
I will also perceive the room. However, this time, I'm hoping to roll better than her. Just once.
You might this time. Nope.
Doesn't look like it.
13?
Oh, you did. I have a 10.
Okay, I'll take 9.
Alright, both of you actually, you notice that, the dust in front of the fireplace, it seems to be, like, shifting as if there was a breeze moving it, although it seems to shift in one direction and then kind of shift back to the other direction and, like, back and forth in front of the fireplace.
Well, I've already percepted one fireplace. What could it hurt if I do another one? So I get closer and I percept directly to like what's going on. I don't stand on the dust if that's where I am. Like, I'm not that dumb.
No, as you walk up and stand in front of it, you look down and you notice that the dust moving begins to resemble like footprints, almost as if someone is pacing back and forth.
Ooh, interesting.
And then as you step up to it, all the dust just settles.
Am I seeing that too?
Yes.
Okay, I'm good with this.
Nope.
move.
Nothing to murder here. Back to the door.
Would I see that too, just being in the room?
Yes.
Okay.
And then as you turn and walk away from it, it picks up and begins to move similarly. And then this leads back into the rich mahogany table.
Which means we now have to choose where we're going. So Grelda goes back. We have 3 stairways to choose from, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
The one to the north goes up. No, down. The one to the south goes up. And then the third one that's over by the manticore also goes up.
Up. Pick one of the ups.
I just picked the closest up then.
Okay.
I think that was right. Oh, shoot. Hold on.
That is. All right. Stand by.
Please stand
Way
by.
higher.
Please.
Initiating Dungeon Master mode.
Wow.
That sounded really good.
That did actually sound pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's my Walmart voice.
That's
Amazing.
All right, so
Yeah.
we'll move Icky right there. All of you. Moving to another map.
Your princess is in another castle.
All right, everybody's gonna move down. Move your maps downward.
Down, down, down. Oh, I see everything. I shouldn't see everything.
You do see everything.
Oh.
That's not good.
What do your elf eyes see?
That is a roll 20 fuck up. Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh yes, this yeah. Huh. All right. Well, I guess just play as if you only see what's in front of you.
All right, well, I see a door, so I go towards it, and then I open the fuck out of it. I'm so good at opening doors, you guys. It's great.
You are doing some good door opening. All right.
I was actually concerned about the amount of fuck that was in that door, but then you open the fuck out of it, and now there's nothing to worry about. I'm impressed.
Like, fuck away.
Grella's got your back.
Fuck away.
All right, then where shall you go?
Well, I assume I can see that this is probably where the other... Well, okay, no, Grella wouldn't make that. Never mind. Since that's a wall, she's going to come this way, and then see this door here and go this way.
Okay.
And if no one stops her or says anything, she will open it and try and walk in.
Open the doors.
Icky is still just cautiously following.
All right. This bedroom features a child's-sized bed, a chair next to a toy box, and a looming stone fireplace big enough for a child to get lost in.
That's a terrible way to describe a fireplace? Okay, sure. I percept the hell out of this room, too. Anyone else?
I'm gonna open
Join.
the box.
I will proceed.
All right.
Oh, what did we roll?
2. 20.
Whoa.
Nice.
20.
Does he see the child lost in the fireplace?
Oh, no, I gotta leave.
Well, what did you roll, Tammy?
Oh, not that. 11.
11.
Yeah.
All right. So you actually, Tarnan, you notice that there is more. I'm sorry, the sound is perfect. Super creepy. So you notice that there is more ash in the fireplace than you would have expected, more than you've seen in the other fireplace, the previous fireplace you saw. But you don't see anything more than that. However, Icky, as you're standing at the doorway, you take a step in the room and look around. You begin to hear the faint sound of a child sobbing. And as you look around, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
How do we do?
Look at there it is. 15.
15?
15.
All right. So, as you're looking around and you hear this child sob, you're for some reason, you picture your parents, and you you picture them, and what begins as a pleasant picture, your mood changes, and you immediately begin to you're convinced that they've been trying to kill you your entire life. And as you turn, you have this thought, and you turn and look more towards the bed, and you see your father and your mother standing over the bed with knives in their hand, and you see a small child in the bed. And as they both stab downward, you blink and they're gone.
Is the child in the bed Icky, or is it a human child?
Could not see. And you are the only person that saw this.
So I stagger towards the bed and just look and go, no! And then realize that it's all gone. So when they disappear, do I lose the sensation of my parents?
Yes.
Do I regain a normal sense of what my parents are like?
Yes, immediately after that.
What?
All right, so I
All right, I'm gonna let you explain this to them. I'm gonna run upstairs and just check on the kids really quick.
okay.
So I'll be right back.
All right. I hope their guns are good.
I hope they're not.
They're not, though.
So I thought I saw. I don't know. I heard a child, and then I saw my parents, but they were like I was so convinced that they were I don't know, dark versions of my parents, and I thought that they were going to kill a kid in this bed, but then they disappeared and everything cleared. There's some shit happening in this house, guys.
Yeah, like I said, let's clear it, see if we can find out any more about who killed, the name slipped me right now, but
Daverin Hosk.
Say again?
Daverin Hosk.
See if we can figure out who killed Daverin, and if not, we torch this damn place and send a couple of priests out to do whatever weird rituals they got to do to unfuck this area.
I'm curious how. I always assumed your parents were colored very similar to you. How?
Not the kind of dark. No, Shinichi. I think he means evil.
Oh.
Yeah, they looked like my parents. They were my parents, but for an instant, I thought my parents had been terrible when they weren't.
So, out of character, I really want to know what's in that toy box. I don't know if any of you in character would want to open the toy box.
Oh yeah, no. As soon as we walked in, Jill was like, "Yeah." Tanishi opens that fucking box.
Or should have seen. How about I let you move it, Sean? I'm gonna move towards doorways. I just won't touch the map. It's fine.
Yeah, right? Like when we weren't touching the map, things worked better.
Yeah, I agree. We are dangerous.
I'm touching the map.
I'm touching it. Touch.
Grelda does the pointing a finger each way thing again.
You're non-Sastra side.
Which he already explained to me, and I think miraculously I recall, so I'm going to go to the left.
Holy crap, she got it.
It can be taught. All right. That is... All right. A stone fireplace sits in the northwestern portion of this chamber. Paintings hang on the wall to the north and the south, each covered over with a thick sheet of dusty cobwebs that obscure the subject from view.
This house has a lot of fireplaces. This is an idle observation, but
Well, outside at the description of the outside, I did say there were many chimneys coming up at random places.
Yeah, it just seems like a strange design choice.
You got to keep warm somehow.
Yeah, like if they didn't think to put in some type of like burner basement unit thing, like
Yeah, why didn't they put central air? Come on.
So much more convenient.
Come on, guys.
All right, I percepted the room.
I'm gonna
Room
call
two.
the
Hey,
like
I
I'm
was
seeing one of the
I
Alright.
was 16, but I have a 20.
20,
I only have an 11.
11, and then Sanishi, what are you doing?
I'm pulling the curtain off one of
The cobwebs?
the cover off one of the paintings, yeah.
Okay.
You know, Sanichi loves cloth.
Alright, so the two of you... You actually don't notice anything outside of the paintings. Like, you don't... There's nothing above and beyond the paintings in the fireplace in the room that draws your attention. Sanishi walks up and clears the cobwebs from one of the paintings. There we go. You see the picture of a tall, middle-aged man with long, dark hair, a clean-shaven face, and dark blue noble's clothes. And at the bottom of the picture, there's a little inscription that says Vorel Foxglove.
Spell that name, please.
Vorel. And there are 2 paintings to the north where Sanishi's at, and there are 3 on the south.
I'm gonna go uncover the other one.
Alright, the one next to it, you see a stern-faced brunette woman with wisps of gray in her short hair and a flowing blue dress. And on the bottom of that, you see a nameplate that says Cassandra Foxglove.
As I'm gonna continue around and go to the other wall.
Alright, there are 3 there. The first one, you clear the cobwebs away. You see a tall and thin man, but with an even more narrow face than you saw with Vorel. And he has a thin mustache. And underneath it, it says Traver Foxglove.
These are really dumb names, guys.
I agree. Humans have poor taste in names.
You keep going to the next one.
Alright, the next one, after you end up clearing it away, you see a young woman with long red hair and sort of an impish smile. And the nameplate under that says Sorayli Foxglove.
Okay, this one's a little better. Alright, final.
Alright, you clear away the cobwebs in the final one, and in it is a small infant boy with curly, dark black hair. Seems to be wearing a blue sailor's outfit with a smile on his face, and he's holding a small boat. And under that, there's a nameplate that says Aldern Foxglove.
Wow, he was creepy as a kid too. Great.
Well, I'm just relieved he's not holding a small statue of you.
Alright, then... I need everybody inside of the room to make a Constitution saving throw. So that would be everybody. 19. Alright.
18.
18? Alright. Sanishi?
At least I have +5. 11?
11. Icky?
7.
7. Grelda.
24.
Whoa. Alright.
Can I give them some of my extra constitution?
No.
Okay.
As soon as Sanishi clears away the last of the cobwebs on the last picture, everybody immediately feels the room begin to grow cold. Not just like cold, but frigid. You can see, everybody can see their breath in front of their face. Then Icky and Sanishi begin shivering, holding themselves for warmth, the rest of Tarnin and Grelda and Geisen, they get that initial feeling of cold, and then it kind of goes away and they warm back up and the room feels normal. And you can't see your breath anymore, but you look over, and Ikki and Sanishi, you can both see their breath, and you can see their skin begin to turn blue, and like their skin go blue, and their lips especially. Ikki and Sanishi both take 4 points of cold frost damage, and then I need both of you to make another Constitution saving throw for me.
I'm really imagining Ikki puffed up like birds in the winter, like just.
He's doing that, but his tiny little chicken legs are shaking under it.
You said it was a Constitution throw?
A Constitution saving throw.
15.
Sanishi?
Are you kidding me? 11.
Okay. Ikki, you like bend over, and then you feel yourself begin to warm up. Sanishi, you actually fall to your knees on the ground and continue shivering, and the shivering gets even more frantic. You take 3 more points of frost damage, and I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
How fast is this happening? Can we take action to help them?
After this one, you'll be able to, because like this is really quick.
16.
16? All right, so you fall to the ground, you take that second set of damage, and you lean forward, you kind of like fall into a ball, and as soon as your shoulder hits the ground, you feel your blood start to pump and you begin to warm up again.
And I totally call shenanigans because I am wearing a electric shoulder blanket at the moment. It is...
Jill is.
I would love to imagine Sanishi is saying this out loud. She is so out of it that she's just mumbling nonsense.
Yep.
That
I can see her being like, bullshit, I'm wearing lots of leather. I should be warm.
that makes sense.
Many clothes this morning. Why so cold?
I help her to her feet. You good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Grelda actually does wait for this particular thing to continue. Like, she makes sure Sanishi is okay before continuing.
By the way, God.
I just said Ikki.
Oh.
That hurt. But
Ow.
okay now.
There we go.
Next time we as soon as we can burn this place down.
I don't like this place.
All right, so is anybody stopping Grelda from going into the next room?
I'm heartily encouraging her. Kick it. Kick the door. Open it. Let's go.
All right. The furniture in this bedroom, while dusty and unkempt, does not exhibit any major signs of water or mold damage. The one exception is a dark stain on the desk near the northern window.
I percept the room.
All right, give me a perception check.
Ouch.
14.
8.
8. All right.
Yeah, I hit my other dice. I moved them.
Tarnin, you do notice on the desk there seems to be just on the edge of it, while the rest of it is in very good condition, the edge facing you seems to have some like almost slice marks, something that would be made from a knife or a sword. And Grelda,
Really stabbed into it.
more like cut, not like stab marks, but like slice marks.
Like they cut up a pizza and they did it on the wrong, like they should have.
Kind of, but on the edge. That's the only that's the only imperfections you notice in the desk. Grelda, as you look around, you look towards the desk and you see something on it. So you walk towards the desk, and on top on the top of the desk, you see a dagger. And I need you to roll I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh, okay. Just a sec before I do that.
Yes.
You all froze just after you said that I saw a dagger. Did I miss anything else?
Nope.
No, you see a dagger, okay. And then I need a Constitution saving throw.
Perfect. Okay. 22.
22. As you approach the desk and you see this dagger, your hand begins to reach out for it. And as it does, your whole body shudders and you are overwhelmed with this feeling in your core that you just betrayed and killed the person you love the most in this world. You know you've done it. You know it was a terrible thing. And you're reaching towards the dagger. And as you reach towards it, you actually manage to stop your hand before it touches it. And you come back and that feeling fades. And as that feeling fades, the dagger disappears.
And I assume no one else saw any. Oh, hold on. A muffin is being delivered.
Muffin!
Muffin!
Yeah, muffin!
Do you know the Muffin Man? Ooh, and honey. Nice.
Oh, yes.
But no, nobody else saw this happen.
All right. So I assume they saw me, like, walk forward and, like, reach at something and then stop?
Yes, but nobody else
Okay.
saw anything on the desk except you.
So because other people have, divulged what's been going on, and I would assume they would guess that I'd seen some sort of vision, Grelda does stop. She does take a step back because that is not an okay feeling, and she's not okay. Like, it was clearly very disturbing. And she just says, "Dagger on the desk. I killed someone important to me," and then I just leave the room.
I was guessing you were gonna say I killed Beer.
I killed who?
Beer.
Beer.
Hey, as long as we're in here, does the bed look serviceable? I mean, it looks like has it been able for someone to be hiding out here or sleeping on it?
It looks like it could be slept on.
But it doesn't look like it has been slept in. For that matter, I'll pat the bed and see if I see dust pop off of it, so it must not have been used.
Less than the rest of the house, but there is still a layer of dust on the bed and on the pillows. The mold doesn't seem to be as intense in this room, nor the decay, but you can tell that nothing in here has been disturbed for some time.
Good enough.
Where is the mold heaviest in the room?
It's not really, there's not much mold in the room at all. It's more towards the door
Okay.
than spreading to the rest of the room.
Icky's curiosity about the mold is piqued. He'd like to take a good close look to the largest patch that
You're going to bed?
shows
All right.
itself.
All right. So you just want to take a look at it?
Yeah.
All right, give me a perception check. Unless you would like to, mess with it, and then you can do an investigation check.
It doesn't matter. I am aware that it looks moldy.
What did you roll?
4. I rolled a 2. My perception modifier is a 2. My investigation is a -1. So I'm percepting.
What you do notice is that the mold is actually a dingy yellow color, as opposed to a greenish color that you would expect, or like a greenish black color that you'd expect to see from mold on, say, bread or meat. It's actually a very dingy yellowish. But other than that, it still looks like normal mold.
Can I point out, I feel like this might be a point where Geisen would probably do an investigation or something.
Yeah.
It's also...
I
this
feel-
is my guess.
All right.
Yeah.
I second that. That makes sense.
All right.
I might also investigate the big mold patch.
He rolled a natural 20 on investigation. But, so he is basically standing next to Icky and you're both looking at it, and he takes his staff. Yep, he's got a quarterstaff. All right. He takes his staff and he kind of, to investigate, he rubs. He kind of rubs against it. And as soon as his staff touches it, it just explodes out of the wall and just a cloud of spores shoot into the room. So, Geisen, Icky, Sanishi, and Tarnin, I need you all to roll a a Constitution saving throw.
This is what a natural 20 gets us?
Well, it's
I'm
investigation.
terrified.
He touched it.
Okay.
Because he didn't perceive it, he investigated it, which means he messed with it, which means he set it off.
11.
That's why nobody likes you.
18.
18? And Sanishi.
A Constitution
Constitution saving throw.
saving throw. Cool. 9.
Ooh.
9? Alright. Then, Sanishi, Tarnin, and Geisen all take... Oh, man. You all take 4 necrotic damage, and since you took that necrotic damage, I need a second Constitution saving throw from you.
15.
Roll good, guys. I think this one's bad.
Ugh.
9.
Oh no, Icky. Oh no.
No, I'm
This
not
is
wrong.
for-
That's me.
Oh dear. Okay.
Oh, wait, where's Geisen's? Constitution saving throw is +2. So his is 11. Sanishi's is 9. Okay, so as you take the damage, like as you breathe in the spores, you can feel it basically burning inside of you. Tarnin manages to cough, and like you see the spores kind of shooting back out. Sanishi and Geisen both basically double over in pain. And... it's a 2. You feel as though there's something stuck inside of your lungs. So both Sanishi and Geisen, their constitution scores are temporarily lowered by 2.
Does that affect their saving throws at all?
That's going to affect a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because your constitution... I won't affect hit points, but like any constitution saving throws, any constitution checks or anything like that, you're not going to have that +2. It's going to go down to a +1. And then, like, you're able to stand back up and breathe again, but you feel this continuous burning in your lungs. Like, there's just something stuck in there.
So now you guys
And,
all have my bronchitis.
Geisen looks at his staff, looks at the wall, and says, that was a fucking bad idea. And then turns around and walks out of the room.
Well, we learned something, right? Don't play with the spores.
This is true.
That was a fucking bad idea.
Let's get out of this room. Let's go.
Making my average just
Grilled up. The door across the hall.
Yeah, I touched her. I just need to move my mouse away. I don't know why, but
I don't know. Change your, if you go to the upper left of your screen where the little arrow pointer is, you have select, move, and then pan. Try switching it back and forth between those.
nope, that did not help.
Nope. Alright, I'll just move you.
Okay.
We're good. Alright, so you walk into this room. This large room features 2 padded chairs and a long couch facing a wide alcove lined with stained glass windows. These windows depict a diverse array of animals and plants. From north to south are a large, pale and ghostly scorpion, a gaunt man holding out his arms as a dozen bats hang from them, a moth with a strange skull-like pattern on its wings, and a tangle of dull green plants with bell-shaped flowers, and lastly, a young maiden sitting astride a well in a forest while a spindly spider the size of a dog descends on a string of webbing above her.
So, Little Miss Muffet?
God damn it, if I didn't have the Starburst in my mouth, I would have said the same thing.
Except it's a well and not a tuffet.
I'm going to make a comment about a tuffet. So good. High five.
I will perceive the room.
Alright.
I am also perceiving every room I see.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
God, now I want curds in a way.
Well, what did you guys get?
17.
21. Oh wait, no, 22. Sorry.
22. As you're looking around, you don't see anything particularly noticeable about the room, but you are able to you look at the windows and you can tell that these are obviously not normal pictures. And you can tell that with the room where it is in the house, stained glass windows are not normal, because this would be a perfect view of the water. And these stained glass windows are completely obscuring that, which is an odd design choice for a wealthy house in such a location. Like, you just know that that's not normal.
And we saw the same thing in the room directly below this.
Yes, it was different images, but again, it was the same direction. This is oceanside property where you don't let yourself see the ocean.
Is there any indication? So we know that something bad happened here like 20 years ago, and then we know recent stuff happened because I found that bloody statue in the fireplace down below. Is there any indication that the stained glass is actually part of a more recent, or is it part of a more like the origins of the house originally?
Nothing about it would make you think that it was newer than the construction of the house.
Okay.
And as you're looking at it, Geisen actually will go take a closer peek, and he is going to do an Arcana check on the windows.
Ooh.
That is an 18 plus 8. So that's a 26. Holy crap. All right. So, as he looks over the windows, and then he turns back and says to you that each one of the windows represents a different component of necromantic magic.
Oh.
There's the score, all things needed for necromancy magic: scorpion venom, vampire's breath, the tongues of a deathwing moth, belladonna, and the heart of a maiden slain by poison. And not only are these necromantic, but because I rolled so good for Geisen, he's also able to recall that these specifically have several different ties to known formulae for creating a lich.
Oh.
This is an appropriate Easter story because Jesus was a lich.
Yes. Not a zombie, it was a lich.
The lich. It's a true fact.
So, go ahead.
I got nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, it is 10:09. Should we stop here?
We can cut it there. I think that'd be a good place to stop.
Yeah.
Just after having figured this out about the windows. Because Lars is really lucky that I rolled so well for him.
No, let's be honest. Lars has rolled super well on every
He really
Arcana
has.
check.
Well, he has a
Really
plus
has.
8 to Arcana too, so he's starting off hot.
One last
What's
thing, so I don't forget for next time.
Yes.
Tarnan is going to, at will, cast Detect Magic from where he's standing now, basically.
Nothing pops in your view.
Within 30 feet, other than my friends, nothing happens.
Nothing pops in your view. No. Looking at the floor plan. Nope. All right, so we will pick up there. And now that I actually, now that I know that at least someone reads my compendium, I'm going to update it.
Yay.
Yay! Because I didn't put in the last session.
I checked it again just before we started.
I didn't have time. No.
Davrin's still alive.
I will change that tomorrow.
The guy we found murdered, still alive.
I've heard more bizarre stories.
Dude, this is totally a Scooby-Doo story he's taking us through right now.
Okay, but which of us is
Zoinks?
the dog? Don't answer that.
Foxglove, you're like, let's find out who Aldrin Foxglove really is, and take off his head, and it's gonna be like Davrin. It's like, Davrin Haas? But why?
I wouldn't have got away from it if it weren't for you kids.
Work for your damn kids and your big bird.
I do have 2 other questions.
Yes.
Somewhat related to the game. Has everyone taken their 1,000 GP bag that we found from the adventure a while back? 1,000 gold pieces in a sack?
I wondered if Sean did that since he did so many other things while we were.
No. Everything
No,
that
okay.
everything that I tweaked on people's character sheets, I put in the chat, and I don't believe currency was on it, so I haven't changed anybody's currency yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to add. You said 1,000 GP.
Right. We had 1,000 GP in a sack, and then there was another sack that we split up to have 200 additional each.
So, is the 1,000 split between all of us, or do we each get 1,200?
Oh, no, we had found